Hello everyone and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 gameplay cast with me, Thendis32. Now, I got ourselves a little bit of a special game here. Special because there's a lot of publicity going around about this new Warcraft patch, custom game, whatever it really is on War3 Arena. And I've noticed a lot of bad publicity, but I've seen the good comments. I'm not really sure if I'll be live casting this tournament. Really have no idea, but the reason I'm doing this replay is because it was made by the patch was made by a former WCG player. WCG being a no longer existing tournament, but it used to be one of the biggest Warcraft 3 tournaments in the world. Point being is, he made it. His name is FerFe, and I don't know anything about FerFe. Now that I think about it, I joined the scene pretty late. FerFe's an old-time player, so I did some searching on Warcraft replays, and I've actually found what looks to be a really nice game. So enough of talking, there's the backstory. Let's introduce the players, shall we? Spawning as the oh my god. Let's try it again. Blah. Spawning as the yellow human, we have FerFe. And his opponent. Spawning as the light blue undead, the one, the only, we have Cechi. A little bit of human versus undead on Seeker Valley, and it looks like Cechi is opening up with that Death Knight Fiend build. Pretty standard versus human. FerFe, on the other hand, is going Blood Mage first, and no barracks. We actually see an Arcane Tower, but no racks. So when Cechi scouts this, I really wonder what the play is going to be. Will we see fast tech? Will we see riflemen? Alright, we got a blacksmith on the way. It looks like FerFe is a man that likes to open him up some riflemen. Maybe Imperius copied a bit of FerFe's builds, Kappa to Kappa. Nah, even Imperius opens up with footmen still. So yeah, Blood Mage rifleman. Like I said, FerFe, from what I was able to gather intel on him, he's an old school player. So maybe he does some old school strategies that me, as a caster who knows the current meta pretty well, probably wouldn't be able to do much about. Now, Cechi's build I can tell you lots about. With the Ted Fiends, he's going to have that quicker tech to tier 2. He obviously had the quicker Death Knight, but he's not going to have that many Fiends early on. Now, it does look like FerFe wants to be aggressive with the Blood Mage. I think he's going to try to do some Flame Strike harassment on the Acolytes. And Cechi just started his tech, so if he loses any Acolytes, he went Banish first. And the Ghouls can't take the lumber back. I love this Banish harassment. Cechi, on the other hand, he doesn't know what to do with this Death Knight. He's going to run him right on back. But this actually does delay the wood, actually, of Cechi. Those ghouls aren't able to put the wood in the Necropolis. This is kind of funny. Okay, the Blood Mage continuing to harass away the Acolyte. Banish at level 1 lasts a decent amount of time versus non-heroed units. And in the meantime, at FerFe's base, he's teching up. He's starting his rifleman production. He's getting an Arcane Vault and pulling Militia. Looks like he's going to Militia creep his orange camp while Cechi's a bit busy pushing away the Blood Mage. Now, he went for Banish. I'm going to assume that when he gets level 2, he'll go for Siphon Mana, just so he can drain the mana away, of course, from the Death Knight and the Lich, making that undead nuke as small and minimal as possible. Ooh, and we see Staff of Teleportation by FerFe, allowing him to get over here, pick up the item, help creep away. And he gets Circle of Nobility and a level 2. So yeah, I'll have to keep my eyes out if he went for Flame Strike or Siphon Mana. Meanwhile, for Cechi, he crept a Gnoll. The Gnoll Brood's gonna get slowly killed away by the skeletal minions, but it looks like he wants to keep up the pressure with Death Knight. Banish, and there's the Siphon Mana. Gonna drain away those coils and give mana back to the Blood Mage. Siphon Mana can also work the other way. FerFe can give mana to, like, say you got a Mountain King second and he's out of mana. He can give mana from the Blood Mage to the Mountain King for more bolts. Siphon Mana is a very strong ability when used correctly. Ooh, very nice. Rifleman pop shot. Meanwhile, Cechi almost did tier 2, same with FerFe, both players relatively even around tech. And Chechi's Death Knight still with little to no experience. He has, of course, started his Fiend production, but it's actually kind of late. He actually built 4 ghouls. Usually undead players get around 3 ghouls, so I'm not really sure Chechi's reasoning. But he is straight teching the tier 3. Goal! I don't know what Cechi means by that. Goal! Alright, banished on the Death Knight. More siphon mana. But we are starting to get some Fiend numbers here. The Rifleman count's still a little bit low. Only 3 is not too scary, but more and more mana getting drained away. Cechi did try to go for a surround here. And he actually pulled some ghouls. Well, tier 3's on the way. He's getting the slaughterhouse. Not enough lumber to start his second hero, whether it be a lich or whatnot. It's just so I don't miss any of the action. FerFe's at tier 2. And we do see a paladin second hero choice. Holy Light can also be, of course, to heal up FerFe's units, or of course, Holy Light and damage the Crypt Fiends as one gets coiled. Death Knight already low on mana, and he's only thrown out 1 coil so far this game, I believe. Just proves how effective that Siphon Man is. Now FerFe's gonna try to get a cancel on Chechi's Slaughterhouse. Still, so far, just plays pop shotting. Not really much damage coming in. Chechi's still without a second hero. He has enough resources to start one, whether it be a lich, or if he wants to stay on this solo Death Knight play. I'm not really sure what Chechi's thinking about doing. But it does gonna creep. He really does need that leveled up Death Knight, if anything. Yeah, his mana's gonna get siphoned away, but if he has a chance to use a stronger coil, he probably should. Chechi's a pretty high level player. I'm sure he knows how to carry mana pots and stuff. And FerFe with the Paladin out, pulling militia. Looks like he's gonna creep out the Goblin Merchant camp. Even gonna drain the mana from the Ogre Magi, but here comes Cechi with the creep check. Banish gonna go quickly in Death Knight. Keep in mind when units are banished, spells do more damage to him. So if that Death Knight's banished, that Holy Light's gonna do a ton more damage. And so far, 1 militia goes down to the creeps. Cechi continuing to keep a presence, not letting FerFe creep out easy. I think he's trying to keep his Death Knight back, maybe try to coil snipe the Ogre Magi. Notices he keeps the Death Knight at a range. Very smart. Holy Light gonna go on that Banished Fiend. And FerFe continue to try to pull back the creeps. I'm gonna keep my eye out on that Death Knight XP if he does try to steal that Ogre Magi. And there's the Lich coming out right when tier 3 finishes, so of course he can get that Orb of Corruption, but FerFe does get the kill and the item. Greater Invulnerability Potion. Cechi tried, but his Death Knight stepped forward just a little bit too soon. Meanwhile, here comes the Lich with the Orb. Gonna add a bit more damage. Level 3 on the Blood Mage. I do believe that means level 2 Siphon Mana. Yes, it does. A ton more mana. 30 mana a tick. Alright, but with the Lich here, FerFe might want to be a little bit scared. Banish onto the Lich, but Nova's still gonna go out. Siphon Mana gonna drain away, keeping that Lich from getting another Nova off, and now the Paladin getting chased down. Man, and FerFe's just being so annoying with these banishes, but it's actually working very well. I've never seen banished get used like this, and it's honestly really cool. Holy Light gonna snipe that Crypt Fiend. Paladin using the greater Invul pot. Siphon Mana gonna go down, and both of Chechi's heroes with no mana. What is he gonna do? He's at tier 3, starting the Fiends. But I do believe he has the Destroyer upgrade. Although I could be wrong about that. Meanwhile, FerFe, double barracks, starting the Animal War training. He's at tier 3. And he's going to go Knights Rifleman? Is that the strategy he's going to go for? Like I said, him being an old school player, probably going to do old school strats. He is going to try to creep out the other Goblin Merchant camp. And if he can get both these creeps, that would be huge. FerFe's Paladin getting level 2, allowing him to get that Divine Shield spell. And Siphon Mana, just as the Death Knight was about to get another coil. So the only healing this undead army's going to get is from that statues. So Cechi's going to have to rely a little on the statues. I don't believe you can Siphon Mana a statue. I know they can get mana burned, I just don't think you can siphon their mana. If I'm wrong, feel free to leave a YouTube comment. Alright, Death Knight trying to get leveled up, still at level 1. Meanwhile, the Blood Mage FerFe picking up that invulnerability potion, finally level 2 in the Death Knight. So Cechi with a bit of the Unholy Aura. The Ogre Magi getting caught. The item was Talisman of Evasion. FerFe keeping it around. Screw it, I want to say my line. With the Creep Jack. Alright, Banish gonna go down to Fiend. Long range Siphon Mana. I don't think they got much of the Lich's Mana. Holy Light onto the Fiend. Keep in mind when it's banished, coils heal more as well, but the coil landed before. Actually, might have still gotten it, to be honest. Alright, another banish onto the Fiend. Siphon Mana going to the Paladin. Look, his mana basically full now. And do we see the surround? We do, but it is burrowed. FerFe with no way to reveal and no magic sentry on the towers. And he's starting workshops. And I'm really kind of digging this army comp out of FerFe. Rifleman Knights. Like, he's taking Imperius' strategy to a new level. Or Imperius took his strategy to a new level. I'm really not sure. But we do see double Slaughterhouse out of Cechi. Starting that Abomination production. It's currently 46 supply for Cechi versus 48 of FerFe. And FerFe did get the red camp. The super duper item was Belt of Giant Strength. A little bit of a health boost to the Blood Mage. Cechi as well, still at 0-0 upgrades, whereas FerFe's at 1-0 for the Rifleman and the Knight at 1-1. And did he leave that Knight there on purpose? FerFe buddy, I think you forgot about. Oh no, he's gonna bring the gyro over. Gyros can see invisible units. Very smart play. Meanwhile, FerFe gonna try to creep out Cechi's red camp. See what super duper item he can get from that Ogre Lord. Ah, I do like that play though out of FerFe with the gyro. That's very nice. Alright, here we go. FerFe's still trying to creep. Meanwhile, Cechi not really doing much, but it looks like he's gonna creep away at FerFe's red. Alright, and this Ogre Lord taking a little bit to kill. Banish going down the Knight for the Holy Light to make it stronger. Smart play out of FerFe. And there we go. Yeah, FerFe's army comp not doing the best in DPS, but slowly but surely he'll get that kill. There it is, level 3 in the Paladin, and Medallion of Courage super duper item. Meanwhile, the super duper item from this camp was the Medallion of Courage as well, and a Tome of GG gonna be put on the Lich, who will get level 3. So Cechi now at 3-3 heroes. What are FerFe's heroes at? We are at 3-4, or 4-3 I guess, since the Blood Mage is first. Still, both players just creeping away. Not really doing much. I still do really like FerFe's Banish play. I've really never seen Banish used like that. I mean, yeah, I've seen it used to make, like, Holy Light Stormbolt stronger, but they use it to incapacitate half of Cechi's army. I've never seen that kind of play before. And FerFe gonna get the last super duper item in this game. What will it be? Lion's Horn Stormwind, probably going to be sold for that 250 gold, give or take. Both players still creeping away. Cechi with those faces like, really, bro? Really? Ooh. What is supplies looking like? We're at 50 supply versus 50. Both players at 50. FerFe moving some peasants over. It looks like he's going to take an expansion, by the looks of things. This actually been a relatively passive game. I thought there'd be more fighting. But maybe the big fight might happen soon. I mean, so looks like all the creep camps have officially been crept. So the only experience these players are going to get throughout this game are going to be by killing each other. And yes, FerFe is going to try to take an expansion at his red camp. So we will just have to see where this goes. Cechi picking up some invulnerability potions, sending out some skeletal scouts, seeing what's what, and he will get a very nice scout on the expansion, so the gears can start working in his head on how he's going to punish this. But at the same time, it does reveal that Cechi knows about it, so FerFe can start the gears like, how in the heck am I going to defend this? He's still on Rifle Knights. He finally broke into the low upkeep. He has a Griffin Aviary Workshop, double racks. Cechi, on the other hand, starting to pump out the A-bombs and getting a Dreadlord as the third hero choice. Maybe for the sleep, the incapacitate. FerFe getting some mortars. I don't think we've seen anything come out of the Griffin area. No Dragonhawks or Griffins yet. Has Cechi scouted? Right. Okay. Okay. So Cechi has seen the Griffin aviaries. And double Griffins are coming in from this. So if Cechi masses up a bunch of A-bombs and there's gonna be Griffins, that could be pretty bad. Griffins do extra damage to A-bombs as they are magic dealers. But at the same time, Cechi's starting to get the web. So how many fiends he has? He has 4 fiends. Maybe want to get more. Right now, both players just get massing up an army. They're planning on ending this game soon. Right now, it's 70 supply for Cechi versus 65 of FerFe. FerFe picking up items, getting healing scrolls, getting a Toma retraining. Flame Strike? Flame Strike Banish? Maybe? Huh, I don't know. But Cechi looks like he's ready. He's pulled the ghouls. This probably going to be all or nothing out of Cechi here. He's going to pick up his last scrolls, his last pots, get everything he needs for this siege on FerFe's Expo. And a Mana Pond Death Knight. Keep that in mind, as he's pretty much guaranteed to get his mana drained away. Alright, the Gyro sees this. Destroyer manning up from the statues. Here comes the fight. More Destroyers being popped. Can FerFe hold? Paladin quickly using Divine Shield. Flame Strike coming in, but the Blood Mages slept, keeping him from doing it. Alright, Siphon Mana go down to Death Knight. He's taking a lot of damage. A-bombs with this protection scroll. Fiends up front. Long range coil gonna get the Destroyer. Flame Strike gonna go down, but it was slept, but it still does go off. Alright, level 3 on the Lich. Long range coil gonna get him though. A-bombs getting slowly sieged away by the Griffins. Militia being called in from behind, and Cechi in a terrible position. Gonna try to TP away. Oh my god. FerFe with just a great position there. Like, he had a good arc on his riflemen, whereas Cechi's fiends were up in the front taking the brawl from the knights, keeping the Griffins from actually getting webbed. And after that fight, we see 69 supply for FerFe versus 47 to Cechi. Cechi took an awful fight. Oh, he's gonna have to try. He's gonna have to produce units like a madman, but he is really screwed for gold. Was that it? Was this? I picked it. If that was it, I picked kind of a bad replay for FerFe. For me to get an idea of FerFe, but I'm guessing he likes riflemen. I'm just gonna assume that he's a rifleman kind of guy. Oh, Cechi took such a bad fight. What are the upgrades? It's 3-2 for the Knights, 3-0 for the Griffins. Cechi at 3-1 A-bomb and 0-0 for Fiend and Desi. And Cechi gonna try to take a expansion. I don't think he can hold the Expo. FerFe even getting a Dark Ranger third. Just the silence away at Cechi. The Destroyers can devour it though. One Fiend's gonna get caught. Coil gonna go down onto him. This might be the last fight of the game. Cechi, if he wants any chance at this, he has to fight by those healing fountains.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, Holy Light onto the Fiend. Will get it out with the Night Shot. Now the A-bomb's getting sieged away by the Griffins. Coil onto the A-bomb, silence being used, and the Flame Strike getting a lot of units. This is such a huge mass of human units. I don't think Cechi can do much. He's gonna try. Destroyers go down. Nova onto the Griffins. Holy Light Coil on the A-bomb. He does go down. Flame Strike gonna hit the A-bombs in the back. Holy Light onto the Griffin. And the Knights are just chasing down the last Fiend. And Cechi losing a lot of units here. Now the Lich getting focused down quite heavily, and the Holy Light will snipe him down. GG is called. And FerFe winning this game. I didn't pick the best of replays, but it did give me an idea of who FerFe is. He's a man that does a little out of the nowhere strategies. I mean, Blood Mage, Pala, Dark Ranger, Knight, Rifleman, Griffins. Hey man, it worked. He won. If you like this cast, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to watch me play Warcraft 3, follow me at Twitch at Thunders32, and I will catch you guys later.